In Socialists Don't Sleep, Cheryl Chumley literally wrote the book on these threats. She sees the signs in the new administration, especially President Biden taking unilateral control rapidly through executive orders.
If one marker of socialism is an overburdensome, overreaching government, then a president who spends his first couple weeks in office doing nothing but signing executive orders is certainly advancing socialist principles.
Financial expert Dan Celia points out how backers of socialism try to strike quickly because it's often unpopular with the people.
They have to move fast because they can't allow anybody to realize it and try to correct it. They got to move very, very quickly.
Both see this in Biden's recent move to immediately stop the Keystone Pipeline project in order to eventually dominate the energy sector.
They did it again, rapid pace. No explanation, no legislation, no accountability from the state-run media.
You have the shuttering of a free market venture that employed up to 11,000 people. And then on the other hand, you have a government takeover using tax dollars of a sector that was being developed in the private sector. So look at that. That's pure socialism right there.
Celia directly connects the silencing and censorship of the right with socialist thinking.
Taking away free speech unless you're far left. If they are willing to come out of the chute attacking that now, what's in store? That should have everybody very, very scared.
Chumley detects socialism behind moves like imposing the Equality Act. It takes power away from parents and religious believers and gives it to the LGBTQ community and government authorities.
The reason that would be socialist is it creates a chaotic situation that breaks down the family unit, which is the building block of free societies.
Chumley even sees the urge to impose a $15 minimum wage as a warning sign.
That certainly is the socialist type mindset when you have the government tinkering in the private market and setting the standards of what private market employers can pay their employees.
Many economists and business owners believe such mandates hurt the economy, and pandemic lockdowns have already taken such a toll. Well, Celia believes that socialists and their allies think that, along with a scared public, give them carte blanche to do whatever it takes to save the economy. Terry?
Well, Paul, when socialists step in to save the economy, what does that look like?
Well, it looks like a lot of what we're seeing right now. You know how we just had this $1.9 billion pandemic package, and it looks like the Biden administration is going to propose the next one's going to be $3 trillion. That's trillion. And I think the American economy only makes something like $21 trillion a year, produces that kind of wealth. So what we're seeing is government more and more saying, we'll spend the money. We'll decide how it gets spent. And so that's socialism writ large. What socialism's all about, basically, is that the government takes control of the means of production. And so they're making the decisions. They're deciding who gets what gets awarded, that kind of thing. So that's what it looks like, is more and more government saying, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah, control being the key word. Why would progressives believe it's a good idea to dismantle a system that's been built on freedom and independence?
Yeah, well, the woman that I was just interviewing in that story, Cheryl Chumley, she said this to me, and I'm gonna read it to you because it was so perfect. That socialism is all about the collective. It's all about the greater good. It's all about doing what's best for the state, the body of government. Socialism sucks the soul out of individuals, and in its place puts this mindset that your main reason for being, your primary reason for living, is to serve the state. Wow. So that's why they think it's a good idea to freedom and all that, individual rights. Yeah, that's something. But what really matters is, what does government need? What does the society need from you, the individuals? You're not the important thing. It's what you can do for the state.
Well, there are plenty of people who wouldn't stand in agreement with that philosophy. Are those who are trying to stop this march of socialism gaining any traction?
I don't know. We've taken quite a few hits lately, and I think you see a spreading across the planet of more and more of this sort of collectivist idea that government can solve problems. It's not there to like get out of your way and let you do as much as you can, possibly business, people buying, selling, that sort of thing. But this idea that we need to really think things through and really do what's best for people. I think that's an idea that's spreading more and more.
Well, Paul, we received a viewer question from Instagram. This person asks, can you please define and explain socialism, which you've pretty much done, and can you explain why and how this idea of socialism rhetoric is being played out in the United States today?
Yeah, it's shown surveys and all that young people, more than 50% now believe socialism would be a good idea. And I think that's because, again, they don't understand the very basics that what motivates a society, what makes the oil, run the gears and all, is that people have something to sell. Maybe it's their labor, maybe it's a product. They sell that, they get paid for it, and then they can buy things. And this whole machinery keeps chugging along. And we have all these decisions being made by hundreds of millions of people, hundreds of millions of businesses and things like that, and it all just keeps going. Socialism basically says, well, throw the brakes on all that. Government needs to decide how all of this works. And so therefore this idea of collectivism, they'll decide how everything goes, they'll collect it all, they'll distribute it. And believe it or not, I think there's enough young people these days who don't really understand how that machinery works that they're willing to say, we can do better than this whole capitalism idea, which is all just about power and money. Let's do something that's more, good for the individual. So they're actually willing to throw away individual rights and let the government decide these things because they think it's probably a kinder way.
Well, in their youthful idealism, they don't understand what freedoms they're losing in the process, I think.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for your insights. I want our guests to know if you want to learn more, you can download our CBN News app and find out more information there on a daily basis.
Hello, I'm Gordon Robertson. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more encouraging videos like this one. Welcome to the 700 Club Interactive family, and God bless you.